Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So pretty excited today. This is my actual birthday, so I turned 56 this year. This is the first day of my 56th year, and that's really exciting. I did one on my birthday last year, and it was just kind of fun. I thought I'll do that again. It just feels good to be productive on this day, and just receiving all these wonderful texts and Facebook posts from Mark, my musical partner, the guy I was in East Orange with, Spy with, and man, you can watch on these videos that we've done where we did some covers over at the house, and see how great he is as a guitar player, and just music all around. Like he's like a musical machine, you know. It's like a veritable musical machine. Just makes music, not just plays guitar, but like some people, when they play an instrument, they just, music comes out, you know. It's not just, oh, he's playing guitar. It's like it sounds like a walking orchestra. It's hard to explain. But to hear something from him that heartfelt, and it was actually on Facebook, and I'm never on Facebook anymore, but my wife read it to me and stuff. It's like amazing. And all these people reaching out, you know, friends and family, one after another. It's really a humbling day, and like really cool. It's like you don't realize how much good you're putting out, and you know how people are reacting to you and feeling about you. So it's great when it's a wonderful day like this. Sometimes birthdays can be fraught with you know emotional downturns and whatnot, but I haven't had that happen in years, and I've just really enjoyed it, especially now that I'm older. Just really feel grateful to still be hanging around, still be able to make music. I remember back when the height of Mark and I's music stuff, we were in our 20s. He was significantly younger than me, even like he's 4 years younger than me. So we were really young when the biggest stuff happened. All the, you know, musical high points as far as like industry recognition. Like, you know, during that time period we got in Billboard magazine. This magazine called Huh, which was Spin's little sister magazine, and all kinds of like amazing experiences, getting to tour with, you know, acts that you'd grown up reading about, getting to meet all these people, having all kinds of incredible industry experience. Like most of the stuff we had was like industry experiences, like major labels, you know, wanting to sign you and taking you out. And at one point it got so crazy that we made a tape that really generated a serious industry buzz. And at one point we were actually talking to Madonna and Maverick Records, and that went on for a while. Ultimately we didn't make a deal with them, and we were even going to meet Madonna in New York one night. We were playing the CMJ showcase, and she was going to come with I don't want to say the name of the A&R person, and like, you know, she's just a private person, but she was the one that was doing it, and Madonna was with her that night, and they had spoken about coming to see us, but they ended up going to see Ben Folds 5 instead. So that's how it goes. That's rock and roll. That's the music biz. But I would have really, really liked to have met Madonna, because I grew up a big Madonna fan, like in high school, because all my girlfriend and all the kids, you know, the girls at school were into Madonna, and so I thought it was just fun memories for me. I always liked her song Burning Up and Into the Groove. The first couple records, you know, had a fun, really cool vibe, and she had like a punk rock kind of no wave sort of background too, so she was legit in my eyes, and it was amazing to have her, you know, do that. I remember listening in our management office. I would listen to some of the conversations they'd have with record executives and A&R people, and that was one of them. It was just mind-boggling. I remember them always talking to Gene Simmons all the time. Not about us. They did business with other people, but I just remember how weird it was. You get used to it quickly and just sort of take it for granted. Now it all seems like a weird dream to think back on it, some of the stuff that happened. There's so many stories, you know, of different things like that. The Madonna thing was just one of them. There was several record labels where amazing things happened for Mark and I, especially. One of the A&R guys that approached us was in the Style Council. which was, mind-boggling. He was at Polygram, and he ended up actually giving us money right before Christmas. I guess this was in 1995. Yeah, and that saved us because I had no money. To get money right before Christmas from a major label was pretty mind-boggling. So I'm just grateful to, and I don't even care about how things didn't ultimately go as big as, the prediction was or whatever. And I really don't care because life has been wonderful. And I'm still making music, and so are the people in my band. We're all just still doing our thing and making music together and separately and all that. So everything is wonderful. It's been a wonderful life. So I just appreciate everything, appreciate being able to make this channel, all these beautiful new friends that have come in and enriched my life. So I'm just very, very grateful. And I am very grateful that I got these guitar parts. So I'm going to show you the best way to listen to your tracks whenever you get a good recording. Because I feel like I got a pretty good recording of these guitars. Put it in mastering mode. And the best way to do that, and before I talk about mastering mode, what I did was I took my raw tracks that you saw me record, I did the rhythm track, and then I did the lead track the next day. And what I did, very simple, connect with the cable. There's like a little cable in here, USB, goes to the computer. You do that connection by hitting a USB, you connect it, and then you just go with the prompts. It'll tell you to hit enter, and then you'll see it on your screen. And then when it goes to the screen, I open the little disc and extract the tracks. And you can tell what the tracks are by going to your track button and checking. And on this case, it was 000, 111, double 1, double 2, and double 7. So I knew that those are the tracks that had the guitar parts on them. So I just bring them into the Audacity on the computer. The only thing I do in Audacity nowadays is I might amplify it a bit, like I put 3 dB on these guitars. 3 on one side and 4 on the other, because the Alnico speaker is quieter naturally. It just doesn't bark as much as a ceramic. That's why it's nice to have the two of them, because one does kind of the soft delivery and one does the hard delivery. And it's nice to have, both. Yin and yang type thing. So then the only other thing is the classic filters that is a high pass and very minimal. Just hardly cut it off at all, because I like to feel that bass. But I don't want to have something super low that I don't even know is there, that's building up cobwebs on the track. Then I rename them. So in this case, I'll tell you what I named them. I named the guitar, rhythm guitar, guitar left, because that would be I think it's that. Yeah, it's this microphone. Guitar right is this microphone, and that's in track 6 at this point. In track 8. And then in track 9, I've got guitar lead left, and track 10, guitar lead right. Now, I'm going to be doing panning too. I'm panning these tracks out. So the guitar, the rhythm guitar, hard 50 this way. Maybe even more, maybe a little less, just kind of by ear. I just like to feel that sort of spread happen. And then the same thing on the lead. But sometimes on the lead, you might slam it all the way to one direction. I think I'm going to just have this fully wide open because I don't have a vocal. If you ever have a vocal and you have some kind of lead part, like a guitar part that's doing a little medley line, whether it's a lead or just a bit, and it's clashing with a vocal, just try panning at hard right or left. It just suddenly, there's your guitar part, there's your vocal, and they're not contradicting or interacting in a way that's annoying. Okay, so let's start with playing the... Okay, wait, sorry. I promise my usual rambling style that's hard to follow and probably annoying as hell if you're on YouTube just trying to get information. One of my videos would be like a Rubik's Cube to try to just get to some information because I talk so much. Mastering mode. Alright, so playing things back in mastering mode on the Zoom is just like a whole different experience, and once you discover it, you're going to go, wow, I sound really good when I record things, because it's just going to sound way better than your usual, mid-ass sound in playback. Which is what kind of results I was always getting before I discovered good old mastering mode. So to get there, you hit Effect, and you're going to go to the algorithm mastering. The first one that I use, and it's just a nice kind of neutral patch that doesn't do anything too weird and the crossovers seem normal, is that the first one, this 00 alpha plus alpha, I think it's called. Wait till it's kind of scrolling by and I'll read it to you. Number 00 plus alpha. Then you come down, this is important, input screen has to be on master, so that it's covering the entire machine, not like mastering just 1 and 2, because that's what's cool. If you had a 2-track thing, like say you wanted to just master two of the things on there and not the rest, you can do that. But I have it master so that it's affecting the entire track, drums, guitar, bass, vocal, everything. Okay, then I'm going to go to edit. I've got a 3-band compressor here. It's at 50/50 on the crossover. Now, this is a little trick I learned back in the day on the Zoom forum. Try putting everything at 5 to just as a kickoff point. Same thing with your pan EQ. 5, 5, 5. So I got synth high, 5, mid, 5, low 5, high 5, mid, and low 5. Then you go to the normalizer, gain 0. I don't use that. 3-band EQ. Once again, same as if I was on the pan EQ on each channel. 5, 5, 5. High, mid, low. The level 62. The dimension resonant thing they offer, no, don't want that. I don't like any of that kind of thing. That's just a strange sounding, like Phil Spector effect. Okay, so I'm going to exit out, and then let's start by getting to the stark reality of the situation. We'll listen to these tracks isolated, no drums, and that'll just really give us a chance to make sure we're on the right, footing and everything sounds good before we listen to a mix. But I can assure you that if you get into this whole mastering mode, you'll be very pleased, because I should just put that video of me doing the mastering, just like run it several times so you can just watch how that operates in case it's confusing to you in any way, because I think anybody that owns the Zoom and has used it can attest to how much better the recording sounds once you'll be so much happier with what your work, once you hear it. All right, so here let's see what happens. This is the guitar, the rhythm. Okay, so that's to the point of both guitar parts. Let's listen to that isolated for a second on it. Sorry. Okay, so we'll go back, listen to that little solo bit. So there's that lead-in feedback that you need an amp to do, and it's so cool. It just makes it more alive, gives you the feeling that I wanted this song to sound like we're playing live, you know. We're playing live. All the different elements of me. Thank God you couldn't hear that weird oscillating clicking noise that's happening because this amp, I need to get the trims. Both of these trim sections click. Both these amps need repairs. This one I'm having a hard time finding somebody in Georgia. If anybody knows somebody around, you know, Georgia, like near the Atlanta, Columbus, Georgia area, that's like a amp god, please let me know. There was one, and he retired, went sailing. Forgot his name, but God, that guy, he was in Dunwoody. Lord, he's one of the best tech in the world. Incredible. Okay, all right, so let's just hear what this all sounds like now. We're going to bring the drums in. Whoops, did I take away the guitar? Sorry. There, okay. you can just do a feedback fade. So anyway, I'm pretty happy about that. It has a rockin' good feel. Feels up. And I can really tell where bass guitar is going to really make a nice difference, like really fill in something, if you can really hear where it needs to be. And I really think that's going to be the finishing point, is having the bass guitar in there. That's going to be awesome. I really, I think I'll feel that. And I think that what I'm going to do bass guitar wise is something very simple, basic, straightforward, like not a walk or anything like that, since it's like a 4/4 rocker, but more like a driving pick, like 8-note thing with little nuanced moments, maybe a little, I always like to do the little octave things, you know, it's little moments to dance it up a little bit. But other than that, pretty straightforward, mainly because I'm not that capable on bass. I'm getting better. There's a couple of cool things you can do on bass that I'm starting to learn now, especially in the kind of blues world, you know, that you can apply to any genre. It's just like basic knowledge of how to play bass the real way, not just the, you know, the hack way. So this will probably be more the hack way. But I am getting more and more into these parts, and like the more you get into the guitar part and get that major, you want the bass to be also equally interesting, because when you're doing all these things by yourself, you know, whatever you're not that good at, that's what's going to suck. So I want to get better at all this stuff. I want to get better at guitar playing. So this is like the half-year point. I can make new half-year resolutions. It's my birthday. Think about self-improvement at the age of 56. There's still a lot to improve. I feel like I'm brand new in a lot of ways, like just getting started, learning about a new genre of music, trying to write in a different way, playing guitars that I didn't used to like. I used to think I was only like a Les Paul and Flying V guy, not a Strat guy. Don't ask me why. Now I freaking love it. Oh my God. So that's the thing I would say as an old guy. Just realize, instead of having like hard opinions about things, realize that it's all out there, just it's waiting for stages of your life for you to experience it and to understand it. So if you don't understand Stratocasters when you're in your early 20s, you sure might in your 50s, so don't, you know, hate on it. Because you might love it later. That's the main thing I will say, is I used to hate on things all the time and like have these major opinions. I'm much more like, I might like that someday, so I don't know. It's a better way to go. Alright, so hopefully everybody's doing great with their tracks, getting wonderful feelings when they play it back, learning how to use mastering mode. If there's anything I can do, the main thing I'm really into now at this age is like, just like, I feel like everybody's my kid now, and I don't feel competitive with anyone, so I just want to help. And if there's anything I can do with the Zoom or with whatever, life, man, this life is hard to get through, so let's all get through it together. All my wonderful friends, you know who you are on this thing. God, so many wonderful people that I've become, you know, I feel a connection to, even if we don't see each other on a regular basis. You don't need to. It's like a few words back and forth from another human being. That's major. And so I feel this connection. Please know out there, I'm connected to you. I'm your friend. I'm supporting you and representing you. If you need anything, get in touch. Thank you.